I'm Jake Lloyd-Bacon, a lifelong pro wrestling fan.
And I'm Alexandra Hoy, brand new to the wonderful world of pro wrestling, and I have decades worth of characters and stories to catch up on.
And so this is her crash course in WWE history by way of the iconic Royal Rumble match.
It's me, you, and 30 other men.
Hey, everybody, we're back.
Hello, hello.
It's episode 20 of Me, You, and 30 Other
What?
Men. Yeah. What? That you were really surprised by that. You went, what? Like, you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Crazy.
Like Ryan Reynolds when he rewatched Green Lantern recently and said, I only read my lines. I won and done these things, baby. So I've lost track.
Our jar of Rumbles is getting rather empty.
It is. I can't see by the visual representation of the jar that it is much lower. All of our little strips of paper of years.
How are you doing, babe?
I mean, it's a pandemic. I know these podcasts are evergreen, but the reality is we are recording some of these in the midst of a pandemic.
Sure.
So,
we just celebrated 1 year of pandemic life. We just celebrated 1 year of Dragon Wagon Radio. I'm sorry, 4 years of Dragon Wagon Radio, by the way. So thank you for listening to this and any podcast on Dragon Wagon Radio as we enter year 5 of making Radio Flyer, as I like to say.
Yes, it's a great slogan.
And we also celebrated 2 other birthdays.
We did. We celebrated your birthday.
My birthday.
Your second corn birthday.
My second what?
Corn birthday.
I thought you said corn birthday, like the band Corn.
Yeah, Corn. K-O-R-N.
I was like, yeah, it's
birthday.
true. I woke up that morning and she was like, happy birthday. And then she went, boom, boom, da-da-da. And I was like, it seems weird, but it's my corn birthday. And we also celebrated the birthday of one young Campfire Jones, the pod dog.
Who also turned 4.
The
He's
same
as
age.
old as Dragon Wagon Radio.
The same age as the network.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So in summary, when you ask how I'm doing, it's...
Yeah, you listen, it's podcast.
Pandemic.
It's podcast introductions. I know how
I
you're
keep it
doing.
real, baby. I keep it real. How are you doing?
And
you're gonna say I'm fantastic, and it's a
you know,
lie.
I'm not. Yeah, I've been kind of bummy since yesterday. We recorded an episode of Wrestling Compadres yesterday, and Scott over there with me decided to go and check out some of our chartable reviews, our international stuff, and we look around. And we got a new review on that show that said I'm just negative all the time.
Yeah.
And it said I didn't like anything, but then simultaneously
loved WWE.
I don't, doesn't matter. It said he's so negative in about everything, but it doesn't matter how bad it is, he likes it. And that made me sad.
Yeah. What part of it made you sad? The criticism against you, or the contradiction of someone who can't articulate themselves?
The fact that I don't mind if someone doesn't like me, but I'm more offended by the fact that they're such a bad writer.
Right, yeah.
than I am that they don't like me. That they can't specify, he doesn't like the thing that I like, and he likes the thing I don't like, and that bothers me. If that was the review, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool. Makes sense.
Hashtag life.
Anyway, this isn't about that. That whole podcast is changing. I should have said that. Oh boy,
that's a spoiler on Me, You, and 30. That's a Me, You, and 30 exclusive.
Don't say anything to Scott that I said that. Listen, guys, we're here. We're doing it. It's our Royal Rumble podcast. It's Me, You, and 30 Other Men. If you've just stumbled here because maybe you listened to Elaborate, or you listened to Dungeons and Dragon Wagon, or you just follow Alexandra Hoy on Twitter, and you love her so much that you wanted to hear her on a podcast, then this is a show in which we watch a Royal Rumble.
And what is a Royal Rumble for those who maybe tuned in and have no idea what they're getting into?
I'm so glad you asked. The Royal Rumble is the biggest match of the year in WWE, in which 30 wrestlers compete in one giant event. The way it works is 2 men start the match, and every 2 minutes or so, another wrestler joins in the mayhem. Wrestlers are eliminated when they are thrown over the top rope and both of their feet hit the floor. The last man standing is declared the winner of the match and is usually often given a championship title match at the following WrestleMania. So here we pick a Royal Rumble match at random out of the aforementioned jar o' rumbles, and we dive in right alongside you if you're into that sort of thing. But before we pick this week's show, we should do a little bit of the business. I know that we're already at the 5-minute mark here. We've been yapping, but as I said before, it's the 4-year anniversary of Dragon Wagon Radio. If you like this program, if you like any program that we work so hard on the network to put out to you for free, at the highest possible quality, with the most possible joy, then I would hope that you would potentially consider picking up something over at dragonwagonshop.com. It's a great way to support the show, great way to support the network. There's Me, You, and 30 specific merchandise there. There's also Dragon Wagon Radio merchandise, as well as just some original designs. We've got shirts, we've got mugs, we've got masks, because as Alexandra said, we are still in this thing. Mm-hmm. I also feel like maybe if anything the pandemic has taught us is that masks might just become a part of our lives because they're smart. So you can get all that fun stuff at dragonwagonradio.com. And if you want to take it one step further, and you want to really help out the network in celebrating our 4-year anniversary, then check out dragonwagonradio.com/support. There you'll find links not just to our Amazon wish list, where you can gift us something big or small off of our wish list, which are all things that kind of help the shows going and help us here at the Dragon's Den continue to do what we do. But you can also click the PayPal link and you can make a donation, a one-time donation, or you can set up a small monthly donation through PayPal, which isn't wildly dissimilar to like a Patreon sort of thing. It's just a lot easier because you just have to do the one thing. And you can find all that at dragonwagonradio.com and just navigate back and forth around there. So we hope you'll consider doing that as we celebrate the 4-year anniversary of this little indie DIY network.
And it's all real purdy.
It's all real purdy? What's real purdy?
All the stuff on the in the store.
Oh, all right. Well, enough of this nonsense.
Enough of it. Let's do it to it.
What year from the Jar Rumbles are we watching today?
Today we are watching 2010.
2010. So this is an interesting Rumble to watch. The year after 1995, which I think was the last one that we watched, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds correct.
There's some similarities between the two that we will see. There's also just a fun one to watch because of where we are right now.
Yeah.
The 2010 Rumble took place on January 31st, 2010 at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. And it featured Raw, SmackDown, and ECW brand talent. At the time, WWECW, as it was called, was still a thing.
I see.
And if I'm not mistaken, at this Rumble, it was the last time the ECW title would ever be fought for.
Oh, wow.
ECW as a brand, WWE would fold it as a brand not soon after here.
Yeah.
Looking at the poster of this one, man, this might be the second most famous WWE or Royal Rumble poster compared to the old one, the old ones where they were hand drawn, because I just know that I've used this for art for a podcast for years. But it's this one. I'm sure you've seen the image of like everybody standing in like a V formation. They're flying like like Mighty Ducks. Anyways, so
quack.
Some of the matches on the card were a singles match for the ECW Championship, as I mentioned, but in which Christian defeated Ezekiel Jackson, who I don't even think you really know Ezekiel Jackson. Yeah, he was a guy I really liked.
I like that name.
I think he was like South African. He just had an incredible look. He was just like a great, fun, big dude. Miz versus MVP for a United States title match. Those are the two names you now know.
Yeah, I know both of them.
Sheamus beat Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
Wow.
For the WWE title. Mickie James beat Michelle McCool. You know who Michelle McCool is?
Yeah, it's Undertaker's wife.
Yeah, there you go. For the Women's Championship. So it's interesting to me that in 2010, it was still the Women's Championship. Yeah. It was not the Divas title yet, which is weird because I felt like at that point it was already the Divas title, but I guess not.
I would have guessed that too. In my mind, because I started watching so late, Divas is just like late 90s to 2015. Like that's like Divas in my head.
They called them Divas, but they didn't change the title name. They were still the WWE Divas, but they fought for the women's title. Eventually, they were like, well, let's call it the Divas title since we called the division the Divas division. They just decided to match it and come up with that awful butterfly.
This is my hot take. I think the name Divas is also really stupid.
Oh yeah, terrible. Like I get it. I get what they were trying to do. It was at a time when the name was very popular because of pop stars. Everybody was calling.
I get it. I just think it's dumb.
Alrighty. Undertaker defeated Rey Mysterio in what was his last successful World Heavyweight Championship defense.
Wow.
And also he had just had like knee surgery like days prior. And then the main event was indeed the 30-man Royal Rumble match for a World Championship match at WrestleMania 26. So roughly, some of the names to expect. I showed you the poster very abruptly, but are there people that you're excited to see from 2010 or people that you're expecting to see?
Well, it was kind of fun to hear you say Sheamus, and so I'm like expecting a few more faces that I would recognize from the modern roster. Yeah.
But when they were all young and babies.
Yeah, when they're little babies. Was Drew McIntyre a part of the company at this point? He was being fired.
He was probably in ECW, maybe. I don't quote me, but he might have been in ECW.
Okay, so
at the
maybe
time.
That'll be fun. And I guess at what point did CM Punk join the scene?
Oh, he's been around, and he's
okay.
He's not yet the Punk that changed the game, though.
Okay.
He's not yet the
because I would love to see him, but
he's not the pipe bomb Punk yet.
Sure.
He's still very popular, but he's not like he's not that guy yet.
Okay. All right. And I assume I'll see John Cena, maybe some
probably.
Brock.
All right.
Not that I want to see Brock Lesnar, but I personally am not a fan. But I assume he'll be around, maybe, or Batista, Triple H.
All right. All names that are fair assumptions for the era. Well, you want to stop wasting time and dive into it?
Let's go.
So we have fired up Royal Rumble 2010 on our WWE Network. Fired up on yours or your Peacock, NBC Universal Peacock. I don't know how this is going to work because I did hear that they're not dumping the entire network immediately, that they're only putting stuff from the last year first, and then they're slowly rolling it out. I hope that we can still do this show next month when WWE Network is gone entirely in the States, and then Peacock is slowly getting the things. We might have to take another little break just because, I don't know, let's play it by ear. Hopefully that's not the case, or we just have to record all of them in the next month.
Sure.
before
I feel like some listeners were like, yeah, do that.
Yeah. But we'll see, hopefully. In any case, fire it up. Head on over to the Royal Rumble match and pause it at 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 56 seconds. That's 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 56 seconds. And hit pause. In just a moment, we'll count down 3, 2, 1, play. If you hit play when we hit play, we can watch this all in perfect unison. As far as the storyline going into this, I feel like it's all of the names that we mentioned. It's very much
Munchin.
It's very much the world of John Cena, and he's not a title holder.
Is John Cena a rapper at this point?
He's post-rapper. He's entered the PG era John Cena, but he's still
squeaky clean.
Yeah, he's a squeaky clean John Cena here. He's calling it the attitude adjustment, not the FU, which is like what it used to be called. But anyways, I don't know that there's a big story heading into the actual match. It is very much a like 3 brands competing. It's anybody's game. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of guys that could all be top guys. But I do think there is a big part of the world that's just like, oh, John Cena, everything is John Cena's match. Like that's the world that we're in currently.
Yeah.
Not to create any speculations for you, but or expectations, but that's where we're at.
No, yeah.
Well, let's stop fudging around here. 1 hour, 44 minutes, 56 seconds. Royal Rumble 2010. Let's get this started. 3, 2, 1, play. And I don't have our volume up on.
I was just gonna say.
There we go.
Am I deaf? Here we go.
Are we? I think we might still be. Oh, maybe post spinner belt. I think at this point, though, it was that big ugly belt that started as John Cena's spinner belt, but it was stationary, but it just looked the same, which was still ugly. Who do we have here? Is this the Dapper Yapper, Justin Roberts? Yep. Fink is not this. It's rare that we watch one that doesn't have the Fink in it.
I have always had my sad-eyed Fink. Where is he? I demand a recount.
If I'm not mistaken, I miss this music.
Dolph.
Haven't
seen this boy in a while. I keep seeing the guy who looks like him a lot.
Wait, what?
Remember in like every Rumble we've watched, there's that one guy.
Oh, you think that Billy Gunn?
Yeah. I feel like Billy Gunn's his uncle or something.
I miss this song, the "I Am Perfection" Dolph Ziggler song.
I do like Dolph Ziggler.
Also,
so it's fun to see him.
Also, I can tell already. I'm hearing on that my boy Matt Stryker is on commentary. I'm gonna have to put this lower because I'm gonna do that thing where I stop talking because I love listening to him.
Oh, really?
do commentary.
He's so great. Yeah,
I just love him. He's divisive for some people, but he's very much a like sports analyst.
Okay,
that was always sort of
so
his
that's
style.
his approach.
I dug it. I like that he's I always mention this on Compadres. Like he's the guy who when Santino is doing his stupid thing where he puts the snake puppet on his hand, he's explaining how it's effective as a fight,
I can tell this must be the height of DX because there's like there's like 40% of the audience wearing DX t-shirts right now.
It's not the height, but that's because it's still
it's still such a big thing, huh?
Evan Bourne here, who's now Matt Sydal in AEW.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say who's this little baby.
He is this insane athlete. He's
high flyer,
crazy high flyer. But what you're seeing right now, the peace signs and the big smile, this was it. That was his character. There was nothing else there. He was just this like
real boring.
Yeah, he was just like
a Ken doll.
America's good boy, and he would go on in Impact to be like a yoga guru and talk about having his third eye open. It was perfect. It was like the next
delightful.
Yeah, it was a really good version, a good way for him to adapt into some sort of character.
Yeah.
And now him and his brother are both in AEW, and his brother is not him.
Is not him?
Yeah, like I didn't even know he had a brother, and like he debuted with his brother who looks just like him a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
And his brother is just not.
Oh,
he's definitely going to be Matt Sydal's brother.
Yeah, like he doesn't have the it factor.
Evan Bourne too. He has what many people consider. He is one half of the greatest RKO ever given. His signature move is this giant shooting star press. You know what a shooting star press is when I say that?
It's like flippy.
Yeah, it's flippy. It's a flippy move off the top ropes.
Yeah,
and
that's my official way to describe it.
He does this giant shooting star press off of the top, and Randy Orton catches him in midair as he does, and then gives him an RKO. And
that's hella cool.
Everybody's like, "This might be the best one."
That's
ever.
cool.
Yeah.
I want to see that now.
Yeah, it's on every like RKO highlight reel that you can imagine. But
wow, do you think that was planned? Do you think like?
Oh yeah, they talked about. All right, a little sloppy. Bourne looks like he hurt himself there. That was wonky. Yeah, he looked like he was trying to do some sort of Hurricane Rana over the ropes, which didn't quite work.
Yeah.
And when in doubt, give him a zigzag, Dolph Ziggler.
Zigzag.
That's his move name. So this is an era where.
What a last name, by the way. Just so sorry.
But it was also. Do you think that it's good or bad for him, Dolph Ziggler? The name.
The name
Dolph
Ziggler?
Yeah.
I kind of like it, but
there it is. That's the shoot. That's his big finisher.
It's lovely.
So imagine doing that, but getting an RKO at the end of it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But you must be asking me that because people argue that it's part of what holds him back.
I miss this music too.
Yay! I was just saying.
CM Punk.
This is my first time seeing him
with
in a Rumble.
Serena Deeb. Straight Edge Society. Serena Deeb.
Yep.
Who he shaved her head because
I remember from the documentary.
Hair is not pure. Yeah.
I immediately recognized all that.
What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about Dolph Ziggler. A lot of people have claimed that his name has always held him back because Dolph Ziggler is not the name of the guy in the company. Oh,
what?
Oh, and look at this already.
That was hella cool. Love it. I'm already here for CM Punk.
God, I wish I could be built like CM Punk right now.
Oh,
this is great. Guys, it's going to be hard to talk to this one.
I know.
Is this one? This is this Rumble. I forgot about this. This is the Rumble where Punk just talks through it. Oh, this is going to be hard, guys.
Yeah. I want to hear this. But also, I think I've seen clips of this in the documentary that we watched.
Oh, great. He's just prophesizing like, oh, it's so good. He's talking about how everybody can be saved. They were one and two of the 27 other men that will be thrown over the top rope. Oh, it's so good. Or 29, rather.
There's something about her having her head shaved that makes him feel very Charlie Manson.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, oh, is this JT? Yeah, this is JTG. JTD has had an ongoing joke where he was employed in the company for the longest but never wrestled. So there were like jokes were like JTG still employed, and like that you would see signs even though he was on TV for 5 years.
Damn, it must be hard to wrestle in those boots.
I know. I always thought that.
I feel like those are like work boots, man.
So
they're stiff.
If you recall, early last year we lost wrestler Shad Gaspard, and I told you a little bit about him. This is his tag team partner.
Oh, okay.
Shad was the guy who was, and thanks for coming. Oh, but yeah, Shad was one of the guys who he like ended up having a great career in Hollywood, and he's in stuff like Birds of Prey and Suicide Squad, and like he's just one of these stunt guys.
Yeah.
And it was a real tragedy. Like at sea, he was like lost on the beach.
Yeah, I remember reading all about that.
Oh, not everybody can win the match. Just like not everybody. I just love Punk. This is so good.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's so fun.
He's so good.
This is a tough one to do on a podcast because I just want to listen.
Yeah, it's fair. I do really wish I could be built like this, especially since I got chunky. I need to move some iron around. What do you think? It's just so heavy. Have you ever tried lifting weights? They're very heavy.
Yes, I have.
They're very heavy. I don't know why anybody does that.
I personally am not like someone who feels the need to be like a weightlifter, quote unquote. So when I do strengthening exercises, I just do like a lot of reps of lower weight.
We get it. You're better than me.
Am I?
I was trying to make a dumb joke about weights being heavy. And
I'm
you're like, well, let me explain to you.
I'm just talking, talking about my regimen.
It's all about practicality versus visuals.
I mean, that's just like I'm taking the dancer's approach, I guess. I'm looking for lean.
You know about Kali, right?
What about him? I mean, I've seen him before. I know who he is. Yeah,
that's what I meant.
I've watched him a few times.
Oh, the great Kali.
I like him. He moves a little bit. Like I feel bad because I feel like he seems a little in pain.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
everything. He just can't move.
Like it seems like he genuinely like he's doing it because for whatever his motivations are.
Well,
like
he
loves
spectacle.
it.
He's the
well,
thing.
No, that I feel like that's Vince McMahon's hope for him. But I'm sure he had some desires to be part of the business. Or no? Did he just? I don't know
his origins. I think there wasn't much else he was going to do with his life, but I could be wrong.
I hate to say that.
Sure,
but I'm curious. I'd like to know what motivates him and what his whole deal was, and how he fell into this world, or if he always wanted to be part of it. Look at his back, though. You could there's like a bump over his spine.
I think the best thing that they did for him was turn him into like a comedy character for the kids.
Sure.
Because then it was unoffensive.
Yeah.
When they were trying to build him as this legit monster, but he couldn't wrestle. Oh, look at this.
Right.
Look who is entering the Royal Rumble.
I've watched her.
The second woman in Rumble history.
Oh, really? Is this the moment?
This is only the second woman in history to enter the Royal Rumble behind China.
This moment's very intriguing. The idea of her taking on.
Yeah, but it's not great. And I don't want to tell you
why. Is
why.
she his manager?
You're about to find. No,
why
not at all.
Why did she shake her head at him?
Just because she's looking at him like, what are you gonna do? I'm a woman. What are you gonna do?
Give her a moment.
He's telling her to get out of here. This is not for you. Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa.
All right.
It's like a Black Widow's kiss,
and eliminates him
with a kiss.
So this is one of those things that it always bugged me because Beth, and then here you go Punk just going, yeah, I want to wrestle with Beth for a little minute. Like, let Beth come at me. Like, oh, I love it.
This is a good moment right here.
Yeah, he
let her actually wrestle.
She's beating the shit out of him. Listen to this crowd.
Yeah, people are loving it.
And by the way, Punk is hated right now. Like, he's a good heel.
Yeah.
And then just to do a GTS tour.
Oh,
right
in the boobas.
Right in
the little phoenix.
Listen to this audience. How good of a setup is this?
Yeah.
But anyways, the reason why I was always torn by the kissing moment is that, like, she wasn't a character who was like a seductress.
Right.
She could have easily just grabbed him by the head and pulled him over the way that she pulled him over. The kiss felt
I agree. That's why I was like, oh, kiss. Okay. Like, it felt a little cliche.
It's
Zack Ryder.
It's Scott Narver's favorite wrestler, the Long Island IC, and then
is that a sincere statement or is that sarcasm?
He hates him
I had a feeling
so much.
Looking at this wrestler and knowing Scott Narver did not make sense to me.
Oh, you have potential. I love it. He's bleeding from the mouth.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened. Maybe
Oh, look at him. And he was going to try to. Oh, I love it.
bop on the head.
CM Punk.
Okay, but can we talk about how weird
Let's do.
Zack Snyder. Oh no, we were watching Justice League.
Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder Snyder's tights are so weird.
Yeah, I loved that they were the dumbest tights I've ever seen because
Like what?
he was supposed to be ridiculous. Up and by. Thanks for coming. He was supposed to be ridiculous. He was supposed to be I think his intention was always to be sort of a punchline.
Yeah.
And the tights were so stupid. Why does he have one leg and one not leg?
I guess that one leg gets real hot.
It almost looks like Punk, like his tongue ring or something tore. He's got a lot of mouth blood from nothing.
It seems more like a lip bleed to me.
Maybe. Well, he does have those two things that I never knew how you wrestled with.
I know, right?
Never have any idea how you wrestled with.
But they're clearly, it's still in his mouth.
Well, the one on the left side is, but maybe the one on the right? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell.
The blood seems concentrated on the right side of his mouth. You're right.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is, it looks painful, but it also is great. Man, he is just running the gamut of this. But wait a minute. Triple H.
Right.
Number 8.
People pop for Triple H.
Of course. Triple H versus CM Punk. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but remember how his name is Hunter
of him.
Hearst Hensley?
Not anymore.
Isn't it, though? That's what Triple H stands for.
Look at it. Look at the passion. I miss CM Punk in wrestling so hard.
Yeah, I will say that
Love him.
I very much enjoy him. He has such a great charismatic energy. It's so fun to watch him.
He makes everything bigger, you know?
God, I feel like I've never seen Triple H look so large.
Yeah, this was before he
That was surprisingly short in real life.
Yeah, true.
I was so surprised at how short he was when I was near him.
This is before I think he was like muscle and fitness guy, before he or maybe it was both after and before, because I definitely feel like this is when he just got like
he looks hella
big.
jacked.
He's like dad big.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Whereas eventually he got like
he's like a triangle right now.
Bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger big. He got like freakish amounts of lines.
This already looks freakish big to me.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know. I think it has to do with the actual definition is what I'm getting at.
Sure, okay, I get you.
Size-wise, yeah, he's just a giant dude.
I like the idea of like comparing definition between wrestlers like this is such a funny game because they're all so much more defined on the whole than any average human. Like,
of course, yeah.
And that's why people like KO are so fascinating to me because they come in the ring and they look like a brawler in the back alley. Like,
and
he looks like some dude that just rolled in from a Canadian bar for some reason.
Number 9. Hey,
see, I knew
there he
it.
is. Look at the baby.
Oh my God.
This was right after his debut.
Look at him. He's so tiny compared to now.
This was right after his debut.
I really actually miss the facial hair. I don't like this.
Okay. Meaning you.
I saw Triple H as hiney.
What?
He had like a wedgie.
He always has a wedgie. It's part of his gimmick. Yeah, he does have like his right butt cheek.
He got a little
out.
cheek action.
So man, they really Drew was going to be the biggest
I
deal.
remember the whole story and like he got fired at some point after this.
Look at him.
You know what's interesting is his hair is so much lighter here. I wonder if he dyes it now.
Oh, he dyes it black now.
Wow.
Oh, he definitely dyes his hair black.
Interesting.
He's got to. He's Irish. What Irish guys walk around? I'm sorry, Scottish.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. But or he used to dye it light, maybe? I don't know. That looks natural to me though.
This does seem natural.
And right now, up by Punk.
Oh.
Listen to the crowd. Listen to the crowd pop though.
Boo.
And because it was Triple H. And by the way, like it would be a couple years later though, but like there's this like mutual love-hate heat between Punk and Triple H, like behind the scenes that I think people can sense. And even now I don't know how legit it is. Like I'm under the impression that like they actually do have a lot of respect and like each other, but they know it's good for business to be on opposite sides. Like I don't know, but that played into.
I could also see CM Punk really not actually liking him because he's basically an extension of the McMahon family.
Ted DiBiase Jr.
All right.
So at this point, Legacy is a thing. So Randy Orton is the leader of Legacy.
And Ted DiBiase is the $1 Million Man?
Son.
I know, but
yes,
I'm saying
the
OG.
Yes. Yep. So
See, I know things.
Legacy is led by Randy Orton, son of Bob Orton.
Of course.
And his two peons are Ted DiBiase there, son of Ted DiBiase, and Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
And it was sort of Cody Rhodes' like introduction to the WWE universe as
but
this
he wasn't.
second generation.
But he wasn't running with Dustin.
No.
Interesting. He wasn't yet Starscream or whatever his name.
No, he wasn't a Transformer. It would be years until he became a Transformer.
Wow.
No, he was
it's
not.
Crazy
Stardust.
what he does on AEW now.
And I gotta say, like, even when like this was happening, when Legacy happened, I was immediately just like, oh yeah, like Cody to me always had it. I always liked him, and maybe it's just because I'm always drawn to the like smaller guys because he's in there next to Ted DiBiase, who's big, and then Orton, who it's a popular cliche that I think JBL always used to say, was like, if you built a sports entertainer from the ground up, he looked just like Randy Orton. Like, it's a cliche, but it's also very accurate.
Very true.
But then you had
the man looks like a
Cody Rhodes,
like Roman wrestler.
Yeah,
like.
And then you've got Cody Rhodes, who is still super fit, and it looks like, but he's still just like a guy.
Hey,
you know this guy now. Now you know him from the past for a little while now, but
he's actually much tinier here. It's so weird.
It's incredible.
I would assume that they'd be so much larger than they are on the modern day roster, but modern day they look like beasts compared to this version of themselves.
People have time to grow and build muscle mass over the years.
But I think it just speaks to the thesis of what we've said before about like the longer you're on the main roster and like part of this particular branch, like the bigger and more sort of monstrous you become.
Right. Ooh. Unless you're somebody like Christian who is able to defy that and lose weight over time. And at one point, Jericho like lost a bunch of weight. And certain people get trim, but he also gained it all back and then some. But so at this point, Morrison's a baby face, and he's like a human highlight reel kind of character. He's like a high flyer. I mean, she still is nowadays, but
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get some crazy thing, because I feel like this is around the time, it might not have happened yet, but where they started giving him these crazy, almost what like Kofi would end up doing.
Yeah.
Where like these crazy somewhat eliminations where he saves himself,
All right. I think his pants are so funny.
I know, I love them.
Jesus
And he completely misses them, though. I always felt like whenever he does Starship Pain, he doesn't put the person far enough away from the ropes. He puts them too close.
It's not believable.
It was one hell of a clothesline.
Here's another person.
All right, we're at number what, 11? 10?
I don't know.
Oh, we're at number Kane.
Number 12. He's now Kane is actually a little worse for wear looking compared to when I last saw him.
Well,
in the whatever Rumble it was recently, where he looked like the best I've ever seen him.
It's also just Kane without a mask when you realize that's what he looks like.
I know. I actually really prefer when Kane has a mask on.
Same. I think most people do. Because
kind of is a mean thing to say, probably. Well, we're like, we don't want to see your face.
He's not. he has a roundness to his features that I think is contrarian to what we expected underneath the mask, if that makes sense. Listen, we just watched the debut episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier when they showed John Walker, and he's got like the round little nose and the round little chin. There's something not threatening about that.
Well, all I can say is I feel like when you only ever see someone in a mask that's as creepy as Kane usually wears, and then suddenly he comes out like this, you're just disappointed regardless because he can never live up to that. Potentially. And it should be
unless
known. Unless his actual appearance is somehow creepier, which is not usually the case.
Right. And by the way, he's been unmasked for years at this point too.
Sure, okay.
So this isn't like new.
I mean, it's not like I've never seen his face.
Of course, but this is not new to I'm trying to give you context for the audience and for where the world is. Big choke slam. Ted DiBiase is the only guy who's not still employed by the company in the ring right now.
Oh.
And here's another guy not currently employed with the company. There he is. Speak of the other member of Legacy. Look at young Cody Rhodes.
Look at his hair. It's dark.
But you see how little he is?
Yeah, he is very
compared
little.
to like even how he is now. Whoa, what was that? All right. Oh, I see what he did.
It was like clever. He knocked him off.
He guillotined Kane on the ring ropes. I love Cody. Do you like Cody as a blonde or as a brunette?
I definitely prefer this look because when he has the blonde, he looks like, a Nazi.
You just can't separate blonde from Nazi, can you?
There's something about a white man with like
the world's most famous Nazi was a brunette.
Fair enough.
And I never understood but
that's their whole ideology or whatever. And like, so there's something like kind of creepy when I see like a pristine looking blonde dude.
It's weird.
Like there's something like really creepy about it.
Which is so weird because want to know what I associate it with? Like
what?
Surfer, beach, 80s. Like I think of 80s Sting.
There's
with
nothing
the blonde...
surfery though about Cody Rhodes. This man is not a Cody.
But when you see him today, he looks like that.
I don't think so. I disagree.
The bleach blonde. I just always go, oh yeah, he's like a surfer. And that might be because I grew up on Long Island. So whenever you saw that, it was always in movies and TV shows where it was some surfer dude with a bleach blonde haircut. He was always a guy who said dude a lot. I just feel like in every like
movie I've seen, you know, like the bad guy always looks like Cody Rhodes with blonde hair. I don't know why.
Oh, he's hanging in there though.
I'm sure someone gets it, but yeah, I definitely, you know, just aesthetically, I prefer. Here's my thing that I will say. When you're going to have peroxide bleached blonde hair, make it punky. Like, that's why I like Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's why I like Billy Idol. Basically the same person.
Oh, so there's a younger MVP.
Yeah, and Miz.
And then Miz just clocks him.
Yeah. He looks pretty much the same.
Miz has not aged a goddamn day. I swear to God.
This just in, Miz is a vampire.
He really has not aged compared to some of these other people in the ring right now. He also like doesn't. He's probably gotten bigger, but I think he's gotten bigger.
So is MVP not going to get in the ring?
Only marginally. Well, I think he right now he's injured. Like he got hit in the back of the head with a steel, you know, with a belt. So I think he might get in the ring. But as of right now, it seems like he's just been attacked. It was a blindsided shot from the back. Let's see. We are that was number 14.
So you were not watching the product at this point?
Yes, I was.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah, I came back in like 2008 or 7, so I was watching for a couple of years at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually going to mention that earlier, but we got distracted because we're watching a Royal Rumble. But this is an era where people were constantly crapping on the product because we all wanted the heyday of the Attitude Era. And everybody talked about how bland the product was.
And this was a PG era at this point?
Yeah. And here's the thing is like, I legitimately really feel, despite the fact that the product itself might have been very PC.
Hey.
Or very PG maybe. Regardless, there was so much talent.
Right. Like, how could you not enjoy it regardless?
It was crazy to think that all of these guys that were these mid-carders and low-card, and like, you know, undercard guys, like so many of them are like the guys that today we think of like Cody fucking Rhodes, for example.
Yeah,
like
legendary.
Everybody in this ring. I know a lot of people hate Carlito and he's polarized and he's obviously not around right now, but like you've got Drew McIntyre, the guy who's, you know, one of the head temples of the company right now. You've got Miz Morrison still doing incredible work.
A lot of these people still have like big, huge main plot lines. Like,
and it's everybody. Like so far, everybody in this match. There's not a single person that's been a part of this match so far that I don't think is an incredible wrestler. Sans, I'm going to say Khali, unfortunately. But he was a spectacle and he's a flavor that I was okay with because they were, he was funny. He was doing karaoke and singing songs and kissing ladies and he was the Punjabi playboy. And it was fun.
What is divisive about Carlito? I don't think I know this.
Like personality wise, people don't like him. And
really?
Yeah, a lot of people, and I know like I might say some people, Scott Narver specifically over on Compadres hates the way he works. He thinks that he doesn't like his character, doesn't like the way he wrestles. He doesn't like the way, I don't know. He doesn't like a lot of stuff. But
intriguing.
I've always liked him. I've always enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've never really noticed.
He's easy to dislike, and when he's a heel, I like it. I like when he's a heel.
All right.
Number here is 16. So now he's just in it.
He has the exact same music.
Yeah, he has the same music.
Wow.
There's a lot of people who I'm not sure if you've noticed John Morrison uses the same music too. He brought back his old music.
I did notice that.
I love that song, that John Morrison, where it's like sort of like Jimi Hendrix-y inspired.
It reminds me, yeah.
And MVP's back in.
Getting his revenge. Actually, he's looking real trim here.
Yeah. Oh, but he eliminates himself.
Oh, he's because sacrificed himself.
He's so personally vengeance. Yeah. Yeah, obviously this is MVP.
MVP moves great.
Oh, yeah. He was such a good wrestler.
Genuinely out to kill.
He still looks great. Like he still moves well but he's still an older guy.
Yeah.
And he's past his prime, in my opinion, as far as wrestling, but he was always so good. And you're right. He looks like he's out for blood.
Yeah.
The dude
There's something very sincere. He sells real well.
When he made that face, I
really felt like, oh my God, I would be terrified. I love it.
I love the way Kane like just lightly popped Cody in the belly and Cody went, Like I don't think it made even remotely made contact.
That's so believable too. I like that sort of psychology.
We're already 2/3 the way through this match.
That's crazy.
So
I do like a stacked ring, though.
I will say,
I've watched enough Rumbles now to have a feel of what I appreciate in a Rumble, and I always like when there's more people than less. Unless the story where there's just a few people is that good.
Like the beginning with CM Punk was really fun to me.
But that's essential. And there's been plenty of times where it's not as compelling, and I'm like, oh, it's so boring. Right. Especially the real old Rumbles.
Right.
Mr. Hardy.
And here we go.
What is with these blue pants? Like I don't.
This was Matt Hardy version 2.0.
Where's the Jenkos?
I think this was just one of the different Matt Hardy characters. I dug this. I dug these tights on him, but he's just got them wonky ass legs that as he got older, the pants work better.
Oh shit!
Thanks for coming. Jesus Christ, Kane just but win, big boy Kane gets dumped. That was a really good Kane elimination because of the way that Triple H like really had to overpower him to get him over. That was fun. That was a good elimination. Sometimes when big guys get eliminated, it's a lot of them doing all the work. Yeah. And that looked like Kane was not in control, which was rare for Kane.
Yeah, like Triple H actually had enough strength to.
Oh, God. Spine busters for everybody. You want one? Here you go. Have one, Morrison.
And you get one, and you get one. So people are really into Triple H.
People love him.
Well, that's some people.
He's Triple H.
That's not.
You want it? You want a pedigree? No. Drew McIntyre, the future of the company. It's so crazy to like remember this. This was Drew's path. Like at one point, his debut. Vince McMahon came out and introduced him as the future of the company. That's never happened. Crazy.
I've heard that before.
Look who it is. Number 18.
I felt like I knew he'd be around because I saw a sign in the audience that said HBK.
Yep.
Yeah, still a sexy boy. That's the sign I saw earlier. I disagree, sign holder.
So here's
this is a wrestler that I don't get the appeal.
We gotta talk. We gotta talk for a second.
Okay.
The last year's WrestleMania match.
What is this move called? The Nutbuster?
Atomic Drop. We gotta talk real quick because you need story to be involved here.
Go.
The last year, at WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 25, my favorite WrestleMania match ever. He could not get the job done. Taker wins. HBK comes out this year and says, Taker, I want to do it again. I want another shot. Taker says no. Shawn says, I have nothing left to do in my career. I have to beat you at WrestleMania. I have to win. I have to face you at WrestleMania. Taker says no. Earlier in the night, The Undertaker defended against Rey Mysterio. This is Shawn Michaels
trying to get in.
Last attempt to get Taker at Mania.
Okay.
So if he doesn't, like, he needs to win this match because he needs to challenge Taker for number 2 because the only thing he hasn't done in his career. That's the story. This is Shawn Michaels.
Story going into this.
Yes, I just remembered that. When he came out, I just remembered that, which is why I wanted to bring this up. But DX Unified eliminates everybody. There's also oh wait, I'm gonna save that. Never mind. I'm excited.
You really nerded out.
Yeah, because I forgot that this story.
Oh, his eyes are already crossed.
That happened a long time ago. And look who comes out in this moment of all moments.
Mr. Cena.
Listen to that crowd, though. This is great. Like, you have literally 3 biggest names in the company that aren't The Undertaker.
Yeah, for those who don't know already, Jake knows, but John Cena is meh to me.
Yeah, I
know he is meh to a lot of people.
You don't hate him, but you don't love him.
Not at all.
Right.
I mean, and as a person, I like that he does a lot of like good charity work and that sort of jazz. But as a wrestler, pretty underwhelming. Also,
sure.
I mean,
that was fun. That was fun too. Even though it didn't seem that they meant to do that second part of that.
For me personally, it was always going to be Doom because he wears jorts.
But it's not that they're jorts. It's that they go down below his knee. That's the problem. Because Stone Cold Steve Austin wore jorts and they looked awesome on him.
Well, yeah, if you show a little thigh meat, then we might be talking about. But even then, I don't know.
Listen, this is. I feel like.
Do you think John Cena's a never nude?
Oh, is that why it didn't work out with Nikki Bella?
Mm-hmm.
Because John Cena was a never nude?
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
I like the idea that he's a never nude.
He can't get eliminated.
Underneath of these shorts are tinier jean shorts.
Right. Link.
All right.
We're at number, what is this, 15? But wait a minute, look. Oh, sweet chin music.
Dirty.
Goodbye, Triple H, your best friend.
Did him dirty.
He's on a mission.
He's on a mission,
no stopping me now. Oh, Shelton Benjamin before he was gone and came back. See, all of the, like...
Now, here's a case where there's some dyed blonde hair. He's got that Cisco thing going on.
Well, he's a black dude, so you're not going to be like, he's a Nazi.
Listen, it's not always about the Nazi look of it all. It's just like, I was saying earlier, I feel like blonde hair is only going to look good if there's a punky quality to it when it's dyed like that. And for him, even though he's not explicitly like a punk looking guy, like it still just looks like kind of cool and edgy this guy.
He was the gold standard.
Okay.
Right? That's what he was. He was Shelton Benjamin. So that's where like everything is gold. Yeah, I love Shelton Benjamin so much. It's a bummer he was never good at talking. Because even now that he's back working with guys like MVP who are great and Bobby Lashley who's great in the ring, but not necessarily like every time they give the mic to him, I'm like, just let MVP do all the talking. Tried to go for pay dirt and eliminated.
Did him dirty.
They did him dirty, but I still, God, I love him so much. But you see what I'm saying? Like everybody's talented. Like the entire roster at this in 2010, 2013.
There's no real weak links.
They're so good. There's so much talent.
Yeah.
It was just, the product wasn't edgy. And I think that was what made people feel like it was bland. In fact, even if you just look at the audience.
I love this dude, though, on the left in the audience. He has a shirt that says, "We hate Cena."
Great. This is the era of.
That's my shirt. That's what I would wear.
All right. Who's next? I love this music and this man.
Yoshi.
Listen to this music.
Again, per my point, look at his cool hair.
Listen. Do you hear that music? How fun is that song?
I couldn't really hear it that well.
Oh, I love it.
But I love his outfit.
Yeah, I love Yoshitatsu.
Love it. So fun.
He was one of my favorites of the era. He was an ECW company at this point. I think right now the three people who have been in ECW, I think were Drew, Matt, and Yoshitatsu. They were like the I could be wrong though. Oh, Shelton Benjamin, maybe? Oh, Shelton Benjamin was ECW. Zack Ryder was ECW. Never mind. I'm wrong. It was all
like a bunch of other people.
And thanks for coming. Man, I will say it's moving at a clip.
It is.
We're already at number 22.
That's crazy.
Gosh, there is not a single person in this entire match that I don't think is a great wrestler. I think that Ted DiBiase Jr. might be the most underwhelming out of every single competitor in the entire match, top to bottom.
Okay.
And then again, Kali for different reasons, but the talent at this moment is undeniable in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you.
Which it was tough being a WWE fan around this time because of that, because everybody was crapping on Cena being booked winning, crapping on this and crapping on that. But I was just like, man, I just like watching these dudes.
Yeah,
wrestle.
you're like, I don't even care. Like, so.
Also, there was still good storytelling.
I was just going to ask, like, if the storytelling and the writing wasn't as good then.
I mean, I loved the whole story that was happening with Taker and Shawn, and there's a lot of good stuff happening. Obviously, I loved everything CM Punk was doing.
Yeah.
This was the big show. This was when Big Show was probably at his heaviest.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, he's a big boy. Paul White. No more BS. Look at the size of this dude. Oh. Alrighty.
That was a little wonky.
I liked it. I like that he just muscled him over. But wait a minute. Sean's got the headlock. Help him out. You big, strong motherfucker. Nope. He moved his leg. Cena oversold
Look
that.
at all the kids in the row there recording on their digital cameras.
Oh, is that a thing in 2010?
Oh my
yeah,
God.
That's right. We didn't really, like,
you
smartphones.
You can see the span of time.
Not everybody had an iPhone yet.
No.
Ooh, or even
There's
a
actually like so many flashes in the audience too.
Yeah.
Which I feel like you don't see like this anymore.
What is happening?
No wonder Sean's had so many freaking problems. The way his body is just a rag doll.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen this ref before. Not this one, the other guy.
You've probably seen them all. Yeah. Refs, for the most part, they stick around for a while. I always thought that WWE missed an opportunity for really not giving refs character.
I know. That's
time.
what I say. I want refs to have like more of a personality.
Yeah, like a ref that's known for being a little bit more lenient in a match. It just will add to story where it's like, oh shit, like this ref, he's renowned to be kind of a fast counter, this ref. And so you can have storylines that are like, oh, You can have wrestlers petitioning for certain refs because they like the way that they call things.
Exactly.
Like,
That would be so fun. But also Mark Henry.
Yeah, Mark Henry. You love Mark Henry.
I do.
Why do you like Mark Henry so much?
I don't know. He just seems like a nice guy.
That's sweet. This was him. This is also Mark Henry probably at his biggest. I don't know that he was moving that great at this point. I think in a couple years from now, he trims up a little bit. And he starts moving a little bit better even than I think he used to. He like Big Show and Gold Dust is a great example of this. He's a guy who at one point was really good and then kind of got not so great size-wise and health-wise and then got really good again. Like, we've seen that arc with certain talent throughout the years. And I think Henry was in that group.
Yeah.
Henry's real big right now. Like, this is a big version of Henry. He would trim up a little bit after this. Like, his belly looks real big here. Yep.
Oh, boy.
God, he's just so big.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like, this dynamic of pairs is so funny.
But wait a minute. Then couldn't quite do it. God, could you imagine actually doing that and actually falling forward? I think you would just die.
Ouch.
All right, so there's one other guy in the match who's maybe not as exceptional.
This?
Chris Masters, the masterpiece Chris Masters, one half of the Master Beast with Brock Lesnar. No, I'm kidding. That's not a real team. That's a team that Scott and I created. He was a guy who, look at him. I mean, look at his shape.
Jesus Christ, Sean.
Oh, he's the best.
Fucking break his neck.
But, I mean, you look at Chris Masters.
Why'd that guy have jelly legs? Chris Masters.
I think because he's actually showing the incredible power.
Why is there a cross on his butt?
There's a lot of people do you ever wonder why there's a cross on...
Bye.
There you go. Thanks for coming. Do you ever wonder why there's a cross on Rey Mysterio's face?
Not really.
There's crosses. People use crosses in their symbolisms. Wrestlers are religious. Go figure.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go. That was Chris Masters. He was a guy who had a great look, as you could see, sculpted like a Greek god, hence the masterpiece being his name. But not a good charisma.
Well,
also, he went completely bald and then got hair plugs.
Look at him leaving right now. He's moving so slow. He
went completely bald and then got hair plugs. And everybody was like, what? Are we not going to acknowledge that you used to be bald and now you have a full head of hair?
That's nasty.
Oh, one of my favorites.
I love R-Truth. Yeah. I'm excited about this.
I don't know if he's funny yet.
Whatever.
I think he's still just a great... Oh, look at that. Eliminates both Big Show and Mark Henry.
That's a fun moment.
That might be the heaviest elimination in history right there. Fans are hot for him.
He pretty much dresses the same.
He does. And I'm not sure if you noticed the song.
Yeah, I heard the song. He
still had What's Up as a song.
Yeah. Which has gone through a lot of iterations.
Yeah, I like that he updates the lyrics. It's not a good rap song. Right. And the audience can never say what's up at the right time. There's always a delay. It's not good. But I appreciate that he puts in the work, at least, to try to make it the thing, you know?
I feel like I'm watching some acrobats.
I mean, you are, especially with R-Truth in there. That's crazy.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
Him and HBK.
Talk about another guy. I know Black don't crack, but Jesus Christ, R-Truth. He's old.
He looks the same.
He's already old here. Like, you know, he's been around at this point for over a decade.
Wow.
Or maybe not over. I think he probably debuted in early 2000s. I can't remember when he debuted as K-Quick with DX. I want to say it might have been 2000, 2001. So this is 2010. He's already been in it for a decade strong.
He looks great.
Yeah, he
still looks great.
Yeah, he does. He seems like the funnest guy.
He does. He seems so nice. He seems like such a sweet, fun guy.
A young Jack Swagger. I miss this song too. This was a great theme.
Jack Swagger lost his neck for some reason. Like, why was he running like that?
When has he ever had a neck?
That's so weird.
I miss that music. It was like very like Rage Against the Machine inspired, even though he's clearly the machine.
I was gonna say, like, what is he raging against?
But again, though, like crazy athlete. They also billed him at the time as
I'm gonna
like a
tell
big deal.
You, this man is weirdly proportioned.
Oh yeah, he's got that Brock. He has that Brock body where he's got like no neck. His shoulders are too big, and his
You're
waist,
right, but he's so trim by comparison.
His waist is too small.
Like, what?
Yeah, he's got a weird shape.
Such a weird shape. Don't you dare throw R-Truth out.
Oof.
Oh man, what is happening?
He just drove him kidney first into the turnbuckle. That's what happened.
It seems painful.
Yeah, a lot of things they do seem painful. It's professional wrestling. It ain't ballet. That's what they used to say.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who that was an impression of. I think that was JBL.
I think you were doing Vince McMahon, but then it transitioned.
It was supposed to be JBL, but then I realized I don't think it's JBL who always said that. I think it's JR who said that.
All right.
Listen, you don't come here for the A+ impressions, all right? You come here for the A+ plus first impressions. See what we did there?
I did.
But he's still in. Shawn is still in. He still has a shot to get his Taker Mania moment. Because I love the idea that Taker said, nope, I'm done with you. I already beat you. How fun is that?
I love that. Good for Taker.
Yeah. Oh, boy. This was back when he was Jamaican. It's Kofi Kingston.
God, he also has not aged a day.
Yep.
He looks great.
Yep. Oh, my God. Just the crazy physicality.
Yeah. The man is... Now you want to talk about
look at the drop kicks. He actually needs to angle downwards because he jumps too high for Jack Swagger's head, who's like 7 feet tall. I mean, he's not. In wrestling world, he's 7 feet tall. Jack Swagger's probably like 6'5", 6'6". He's still like a big boy. And literally, Kofi overshot his drop kick. Whoop.
No.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Oh, that was fun.
So cool. I love that.
Bye.
People were excited about that, as they should be.
All right. God, I you see what I mean? Do you see how his drop kicks are too tall?
But I love it, though.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's great.
He's so great. I love watching him move. He's so captivating.
I will say I do miss I love the New Day, but I do miss the Kofi Kingston's old theme song. I miss that SOS. I hear them shouting. SOS. Something.
I, of course, wasn't watching at this point, so I can't miss it.
No, you liked it. You loved it. But I nailed it. Oh, nice head scissors over the top.
God, it seems like it would hurt your neck.
Yeah, if R-Truth doesn't do his due diligence, I'll break the walls down. Number 28, Chris Jericho with a black eye.
Is this dude?
This was my favorite Jericho haircut, by the way.
Okay. Why?
I don't know, because
it's real generic.
Yeah, but he had like a weird little like front poof pompadour that was just like, he was just very punchable.
Very punchable. Okay, sure.
Actually, that's not true. His original WWE debut where he's got the top ponytail, that's my favorite. But this is close second.
I think Chris Jericho's generally very punchable, right? Isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, he's very good at making you want to punch him. Especially if you're a fan of his and then you hear him in real life and you really want to punch him even more because you're like, I'm a fan of you. Please stop.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
The earth is round, for Christ's sakes.
Does he know that?
I don't know. I really don't anymore.
Yeah.
So we're coming down to the end here. There's only 2 more people.
Okay.
And Shawn's still in it. We have all big names in it. Nobody who's in this isn't a big name. I would say right now, Kofi Kingston is the biggest underdog in the match.
Sure.
He's not.
Yeah, he's not quite like the level
Kofi
yet that he becomes.
Yeah.
He's a baby.
But the fact that he's here and in this spot right now, it sort of shows you that even back then they went, oh, we like this dude. And a Trouble in Paradise out of nowhere saves Jericho the trouble. But for his assistance, he gets eliminated.
Rude.
Audience is booing.
Yeah.
Audience is booing Cena.
Yeah. Screw you, Cena.
So you're a part of the Cena sucks chant in the audience right now, not the Let's Go Cena chant.
Cena sucks.
Here we go. Number 29.
Buy some real pants.
All right. Just be quiet for 1 second here so I can hear it. Listen to the crowd.
He's clearly.
But listen.
Jake, he's clearly your favorite wrestler. Just admit it.
But returning for the first time in a year.
Okay, that's fun. That's always fun when
this
that happens.
is. And you hear what they're saying. I'm sorry, I'm being quiet.
Career-threatening injury.
Yep. Everybody thought that.
Little did they know.
Yep. Listen to this. Is there anything better than Edge being a surprise entrant in a Royal Rumble? I say not.
Jake would definitely not say that.
And bye.
Yeah.
So technically, we're down to the final 4. We don't know who the last person is.
Right, but the last person will be the fourth person.
So since we're down to the final 4,
yeah, I can't predict.
Who do you guess? Was it going to be one of these 3 or the number 30 guy?
Well, I need to see who the number 30 guy is. Come on. What if the 30 guy's like Murder McMurderson? And it's very obvious.
I don't know who that wrestler is.
Look at Baby Edge.
I mean, he's not a baby.
He's not baby. He's like
not a
he's
baby.
Like teen Edge at this point.
Listen to this crowd, though.
I do like him beating John Cena. Yeah, kick him in the.
Him and John Cena always had great chemistry. Him and John Cena, fantastic chemistry. That a lot of people are like, that's like a greatest rivalries thing of those two.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. I think the idea of HBK winning it is so boring.
Number 30. You know that music, or maybe you don't, but it's your boy
Batista.
Oh, look at him! Why is he creepy? He's being creepy.
I don't know. That was so weird.
That was real creepy.
You know what just popped in my head?
Come on. Here it is. Final four. What popped in your head?
That moment from Guardians.
Where he was moving so slow?
Yeah, he's like...
That was opposite. Here, I'm going to move so fast that people can't see me.
I move so slow that I'm imperceptible to the human eye. I don't know why.
Alrighty. Final four. Who's picked to win? So you think it's boring if HBK gets the shot?
Yeah, I just don't...
Now, even though you know that there was an HBK Taker 2 at Mania? That was his final match?
Yeah, the thing is this before that big match where it's like that was supposed to be the end and then he came back and defied him or whatever?
Yeah, this is.
Then I guess HBK wins. That's my guess.
That's your guess.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Based on all the information I'm getting about this storyline.
Sure.
Look at his head. His hair's thinning.
Oh, yeah, that's why he shaved it, and because he went bald. Yeah. He hung on to that for far too long. That's what I feel like I'm doing now. That's what I'm going to look like
Sometimes
soon.
you just got to let it go.
I'm going to look like that very soon.
Gotta go Professor X style.
Ooh. I'm going to look just like Shawn Michaels soon.
I like how you say that. Like,
ooh. I think I am. I mean, Batista also went bald, and he was like, I'm shaving it.
Yeah, just shave it. It's fine.
I'm going to be like Baron Corbin.
There ain't nothing wrong with a bald head.
Real hanging on to the wisps.
Unless you have a weird head.
I do, though. You don't remember what it was like. You didn't see me with the shaved head.
No.
Not good. It's not great under there.
You still have facial hair. That's nice, right?
No, that's going to make me look more like a white supremacist.
Oh, no. You're right. That is the ultimate look.
Ooh.
Don't do that.
I'm going to be one of those guys that just wears a hat all the time.
Oh, no.
So your pick is still HBK to win.
That's my logical
Who do you want
pick.
to win?
Who I want to win out of this group is Christian.
Christian's not in this match.
Oh, I thought he was.
Do you mean Edge?
I'm sorry, Edge. I apologize. I mixed those two gents up.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So you want Edge?
I think Edge or Batista would be fun because I like those two guys. But yeah, I assume it's HBK. My second guess for winner based on logic is Cena. And yeah, but I would be delighted if it were Edge or
both your pick two and your desire and your prediction are both about to be eliminated.
Nah.
But wait a minute. Sweet Chin Music's into the ring.
Get him, Batista. Knock him out.
But wait. Oh.
Oh.
Look at the face.
Good.
Listen to the crowd.
Good.
Listen to the crowd.
This is going away that I would prefer. So now I assume it's John Cena logically, but I hope that it's not.
So there is speculation
that he was supposed to?
That was accidental.
Oh.
There is speculation in the world of wrestling. I can either confirm or deny because at this point, all I am aware is that it's speculation.
So that's why they're lingering so much right now because they don't know what to do?
That he was supposed to grab
or something.
Yeah, and he was supposed to somehow hang on with Batista doing what he was supposed to do, and that he actually fell.
And so now he's acting it out, and
but you also have one of the greatest performers of all time, who knows how to sell a moment that he realizes listen, that was my only chance. He's saying like, this can't be it. This performance makes me think it wasn't a mistake.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say
he's also a consummate professional. At least at this point, flips out, throws a ref. He gets back in the ring like, no, I'm still in the ring. It didn't count. How good is this?
That is fun.
I love this one. I really like this Rumble.
Yeah, that's fun. This is all very fun. I mean, think about this compared to some of the really old Rumbles where there's like nothing that exciting happening.
Right. Not a lot of story involved.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the Sweet Chin Music.
Well, I guess the refs involved here.
Little Nate, that bump, man. He jumped. He looked like he caught him right in the forehead. Poor little Nate.
There comes the new ref.
You gotta get out of there.
Get out.
You gotta get out. You're already gonna get fined for that.
Don't kick me in the face. Please. I like the idea of the ref keeping his distance. Like,
yeah, well, listen, he's unhinged.
He's a madman.
Heartbreak Kid is unhinged. That might be the end of his career right there. It might be over. That might have been it. That might have been his last appearance ever.
Yeah, that's not the case. But
You don't know that.
I already know that's not the case. So
listen, I'm trying to do post commentary.
Yeah, I notice. It's not working.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This has been it's not working according to one of the hosts of the show. It's just not working.
It's just not working.
Alrighty, so that was who you thought was going to win. Now
Good.
You think it's John Cena, you said.
That's my next guess, but I would love for it to be Batista or Edge.
They're saying thank you, Shawn, I think.
Interesting.
Because like they don't know whether this like what are we going to do? What's the story?
Yeah. Now is Batista liked at this point? Or is he
is
he a tweener?
I think he's probably a tweener, but I think they're booing him. I think I think right now you've got a guy who's supposed to be a heel, a guy who's supposed to be a babyface that everybody doesn't like, and there you go. And then you've got Edge, who's a pure babyface at this point.
Look at this.
From behind, look at the face.
I know, I love when he does that. It's not the first time. That's just like that Rumble from recent times.
Yeah, from recent times. Literally this past year's Rumble.
They just redid this moment.
Except it wasn't John Cena.
Does this mean my boy wins?
I don't know. Who do you think wins? I can't tell you. I don't know what happens. He's definitely going to talk about a guy who should have went bald earlier, considering how much he ripped his hair follicles out.
He's just one of those. He's one of those lucky folk.
Yeah, he is a son of a bitch.
Big, beautiful, full head of hair.
Turn around. No. Kicks to the elbow. That was a bad kick.
Yeah, that was a bad kick.
But wait a minute. No, he still tries to get the run, and the victory goes. Listen to the fans.
That was my pick. I mean, my wish pick. I like when my wish pick wins.
Your wish pick?
My wish pick. Like if I had a wishbone, that was the wish I made on the wishbone.
How good is Edge at emoting?
He's very good at emoting.
Goodness gracious. He has a face that makes you believe.
Yeah, he always seems so emotional and poignant.
But also, he has a face that makes you believe that it was hard on him. Like he's sort of considering how entwined his career is with John Cena's, it's crazy to think like John Cena does that thing where when the match is over, even if he just got his ass beat, if he wins, he's just fine.
Yeah.
And
no, I feel like Edge develops a lot of pathos.
Edge wins, and he still looks like he's been through hell.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's fun that we watch this right after 1995, is what I mentioned earlier, because this is the second shortest Rumble.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because of the speed. And there was not a single...
I like the speed. I like when it's like this. It's more energizing.
There's not a single person who came out, I think, after like number 15 that lasted more than like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It's also like because the people came out at the end, like those few people ran the gamut. Like you had your Triple H, you had a Shawn, Kane, and it was like that was it. Like everybody else who came out was just sort of thrown to them. Like they were the wolves and then eliminated.
Yeah. That was fun. That was a really good Rumble.
Really
it had
fun.
a lot of spots in it too. Like I felt like there were little chapter marks. Like you had the CM Punk chapter. You know what I mean?
There was room,
and then you had the Triple H chapter, and then, oh boy, that's a lot of.
That's the WrestleMania pyro, baby. Yeah, rain on me. You can't point to a WrestleMania sign without stuff exploding. That's
but you're light.
Physics.
But you are right that it is a very stacked ring in terms of talent. That was very exciting. Yeah,
it's a real fun Rumble.
It is a fun Rumble.
I thoroughly enjoy it.
That's one of my favorites so far.
Really? Just because of the
energy of
excitement?
Yeah.
Apparently, also it was. You can apparently, and again, this is all speculation. You can thank Chris Jericho for Edge winning because it was his idea.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, he's the one who pitched. Like he's coming back. Let's do this. Yeah.
Let's let him win. Very smart. Very smart.
Well, there you go. There you have it. The 2010 Royal Rumble. I'm gonna look at my sheet here.
We did it.
Tell me your closing thoughts while I find our sheet here because I want to see where we stand as far as Rumbles go.
My closing thoughts are, I agree that it was really stacked in terms of talent. There was never really a dull moment. Everyone was really fun. I mean, I even like, Kali and the slower people that I think you sometimes feel a little drained by.
Well, it was nice because it broke it up and like you said, it was
exactly. Like
chapters.
there were very chapter marks in that. So I love seeing CM Punk, of course, as just such a fun moment for that. And then Edge. I keep mixing them up. I will always do that. In my mind, they're the same person. Edge and you know what? It's even fun to hate on Cena, of course. Like
Sure.
When he's at his prime and he's actually in there and having some fun with it.
There's also something to be said, though, just about like it comes down to Edge and Cena, and it's like everybody's going like, all right, like more Cena victory. Like this is a thing that I actually defended.
See, and I like that they proved me wrong. Like this is where I feel like the smark is getting worse in me, where like I don't have as much innocence anymore because I immediately go, oh, well, they're going to do the boring thing. It's going to be blah or blah. And it's like they proved me wrong and I was wrong.
And this was an era where I think I defended some of the booking because it did seem like everybody was like, God, Cena always wins. But they couldn't really back it up because they often put Cena second to a new dude.
Right.
Or not new. Obviously, Edge was not new. But like they made us think because he always gets close.
Yeah.
And when they realize that they can prey on our expectations, I think some of the excitement was restored.
That was smart. But that was smart.
Anyways, there you have it. 2010 Royal Rumble, episode number 20 of our program. That was
Crazy.
Right smack in the middle of a dead zone. Like we hadn't watched 2008 through 2011 for the most part. So that was kind of right smack in the middle. But at this point, there's no era. Like we've only got a few left. And they're all, close to one we've already watched. So there's no like chunk of time that we haven't visited.
Yeah.
Our remaining episodes are 1988, the first ever one, 1990, 2002, 2004, 2005, 2008, 2009, 2011, 2013, and 2017 and 18, which we'll do at the very end.
We've already seen those, of course.
Those aren't in our jar.
Yeah, those are not. Anything after 2017 onward is not in our jar because we have seen those / watched them.
You watched it live, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them all live.
So when we're done,
but we will do those.
Yeah, when we're done with the ones in the jar, we're gonna revisit in order.
Yeah, the ones we have previously seen,
and we'll
that
watch
I have
the women's
that I started
matches.
with.
Yeah, we'll watch the 2 women's matches, or I guess 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be fun. But there you go. Thanks so much for joining us and hanging out and watching the Rumble with us and just celebrating this absolutely bizarre and fun art form. Please, if you're enjoying the show, as I said at top, please consider checking out DragonWagonShop.com. Check out DragonWagonRadio.com/support. Hey, leave us a rating or review on Apple Podcasts if you could. Let's see. Do we have any new ones? Let me check.
I looked recently and I don't think we did.
How recently though? Because maybe we
day.
Just got one today. You don't know. You're not entirely in the know. Alrighty, we don't have any new ones. But so there you go. All the more reason for you guys, if you're enjoying this, to please give us a rating review. Leave us 5 stars over there and write something. We
would be very grateful.
Write something nice. It means a lot to us. And so continue to support the show. Continue to support Dragon Wagon Radio. If you want to chat with us directly, you can find us both on Twitter and Instagram. I am at Jake Lloyd Bacon. She is at Alexandra Hoy, Hoey. And you can find us both on our Discord. The Dragon Wagon Radio Discord channel. Links at Dragon Wagon Radio. Let's make this easy. I've given you donation stuff. I've given you the shop. Everything is at meyouand30.com. How about that?
There you go.
meyouand30. You spell out and A-N-D. meyouand30.com. That'll get you links to the Discord, links to the shop, links to the support page,
Can't get simpler than
links
that.
to our social media accounts. And of course, if you're using or if you're talking about the show on social media, use hashtag meyouand30. And I know it's tough. A lot of people, I've been finding a lot of you, me, and 30s. It's me, you, and the me comes first.
Don't feel bad. I do that too.
Remember, when you're trying to remember the name of the program, be selfish. Me comes first. Does that work? You think people will remember that? You think now people will remember that I've said that? Be selfish. Me comes first.
Sure. I think that's as good of a way to describe it as anything.
Also, Alexandra and I like Me, You, and Everyone You Know. Movie.
Miranda July's movie, which is great. And it's an indie film. Nothing like wrestling, but.
But we named the show.
Yeah,
with
that was my thought.
We actually had a conversation when we started the show if it should be Me, You, or You, Me.
Yeah.
And I realized,
I was like, it's got to be Me, You.
Let's do it. Let's do it off the movie. There you have it. There's information you didn't ask for. We love you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Say goodbye to the people, Alexandra.
Goodbye to the people.
In the mid-1960s, the world's smartest TV producers brought together 4 young musicians to create a TV show that was years ahead of its time. I'm talking, of course, about the Monkees. And you, comedy, music, pop culture nerd, probably love the show, but don't realize it. That's why I, Monkees superfan Takura McCullough, sit down with a variety of guests to watch every Monkees episode and discuss their glory on the Monkees podcast. Whether you're already a fan or have never seen an episode, the Monkees podcast is for you, as we discuss the Monkees phenomenon, hilarious antics, and deep fandom. So check it out at monkeyspodcast.com, that's PAWDCAST, or wherever podcasts are found.
It's Dragon Wagon.